Well, this woman writes, great guy, great career, but older. Is it natural to assume there must be a catch? So this guy does a bunch of work on himself, gets a good career, works on his basically personal development, and still he gets roasted. So it's like, what's she doing? She's like, oh, this guy's so good that it's almost like there must be something wrong. So, like, what kind of belief do you have? Check yourself on that. But maybe it is human tendency, but really just comes down to that belief on, like, do you really think it's going to work out? Do you think there's somebody that good that really matches your criteria that well? She says, met a guy through a work connection. He's handsome, has a great career, is genuinely intelligent, has a heart, is witty, and is not socially awkward. Some internet digging and found he was also a 6'2 college athlete at one point. He's turning 41 this year, though I'm wondering how he's still single at 40. Well, just don't make up a bunch of stuff. You don't really know his background. Just because you've done an internet search doesn't mean that's the guy. And just be careful on making up a big like story and this backstory on who this person is. I know it's going to be a natural tendency to do, but just don't judge him until you know him, kind of thing. I'm thinking there must be a catch. Or am I overthinking? I'd say you're falling into the overthinking category. What you'll find is everyone has faults, even the guys that, like, in your perception, like, check all the boxes or whatever. It's like you're still going to find faults with every single person in the world. Everybody has their own red flags. Everybody has their own little insecurities and kind of faults. Um, and so just don't put this guy on a pedestal here. I have minimal dating experience, but I thought the qualities I mentioned above are all things that would make girls be all over him for years. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Maybe he's just not a guy that likes or wants to get married. There's a lot of complications with marriage and getting the government involved, and maybe he doesn't want to deal with that. Maybe he's already been married. You just don't know. Um, but maybe ask him before you just kind of make assumptions on, oh, he should be basically getting all these girls and he's not. But what that also shows us is kind of sometimes how women operate as far as making choices with men. So even if the guy seems like really good on paper or seems like some guy that women would like, it's like if she doesn't see that social validation of him being with other women, it's like, well, okay, what's the catch here? And so you do see that pattern. I do now see kind of where you're coming from here. Because a lot of women do make their choices based on guys that are popular with women, because it just gives them that certainty on their choice. Almost like this guy's a catch, and I have to basically work to get this guy, and he's valuable when they see you with other women. She says, we're just friends now, but what would be some things to watch out for as potential red flags? Well, if you're just friends, I mean, you're just friends. And so, one, I date the guy, or I date this, yeah, in your situation, I date this guy for a little while before you start to kind of ask deep questions like this. And so in the meantime, it's just date, have fun, and then see what he's like, see if the two of you click, see if the two of you are attracted to each other. And if that's the case, then progress further. Um, But just don't put this guy on a pedestal. Everyone has their own faults. And sometimes your faults can actually be the thing that connects you with another person, because it just like makes them human, really. So that's what I would say to that. I would say you pose the question, is there some catch to this, or am I overthinking? I'd say you might be in like overthinking category, because it's like you're making these assumptions based on only like internet searches and like little bit of connection in this friend zone vibe, but you've never actually asked him. It's just coming from a place of kind of observing instead of actually being in there. Yeah. So that's what I'd say to this situation. You can get my products in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.